guys, so it's Chindian Chick here. Last video that you guys saw was me being very frustrated that I didn't get a chance to beat the level by taking the gold key from this mines level all the way through to the temple level without dying, which is really, really difficult and took me probably maybe 4 or 5 hours of trial and error and frustration before I finally got it. It was an easy level to jump out of. Sometimes you just get lucky when you end up with these levels that are relatively easy to just navigate through. And then sometimes you get these completely pain in the ass ones where you have to go all around, back and forth, use bombs, avoid stupid traps and all whatnot. This one was an easy one. So was finding the damsel who was really close to the exit. Always good to have a rock, just to use to let those traps go, so you don't get impaled and cost you 2 hearts. And I buy a parachute here that ends up helping me later on. It's always good to have a parachute. Keeps you from fall damage. Probably the least favorite enemy of mine is these ridiculous bats who just come down and have these like ridiculous timing on how to swat them. Probably the most pain in the ass enemies in this game, at least for me. And unfortunately I ended up wasting my time right here because I ended up getting hit by the spider anyways. So it didn't really, I could have just left without the girl, but since I did get hit, I wanted to get that extra heart while the damsel was still pretty easy to get, even though it cost me a rope. That was pretty stupid right there. I could have just dropped the key, let the trap go off, but instead I took the hit and took the 2 damage from the hearts, which kind of sucks, but it happens. At least in this case, the girl was right at the very end of the stage, so despite me having to take that hit of 2 hearts, at least I could easily pick up the damsel and take her to the end. And that's part of level 1, or, you know, mines. And then that time I guarded myself pretty well, but at the same time I had no idea where the key landed. And I got pretty much lucky where it ended up landing. Also got lucky because I used my parachute here. But luckily it didn't fall on any spikes where I would have not been able to retrieve it at all or something like that. That sucked pretty bad too. Thankfully I didn't end up impaled straight on the spikes for that one. And then of course to your left you see the stupid monkeys, a bunch of spikes, and all those vines. Had a bomb and I said, you know what, I'll do the shortcut. If you can do the shortcut, do the shortcut. And then again, here some of those times you just get unlucky and get a random zombie level, which can be good and bad because the enemies are all zombies, but then at the same time, it basically, normally most of the time, you're timed, and if you take too long, a ghost will come by and sweep through the entire level and kill you if you took too long. in the zombie level I just experienced personally, it takes shorter time before that ghost comes out to sweep and kill you. Thankfully, in this zombie level, the exit wasn't too far away. And out of just sheer whatever, I ended up getting another one, which wasn't too big of a deal anyways. You always got to be very careful of these damn tiki men because of their spikes. And here, I wasn't about to chance it and try to jump on the top, get stuck on the web. I said, I'm just going to blow it up, take the shortcut, and go all the way down. Same with here. I mean, I had 5 bombs at this point. I was like, if I blow it up, I'll be able to make it over there and not have to deal with all the crap. Here, I was just checking to see if the girl was like anywhere nearby, which she wasn't, and I said, you know what, let me not even bother waste my time. So here we are in the ice level. Thankfully, I have 3 hearts here, and still holding the key. I couldn't stand those stupid green bouncing things. I mean, you could see them, but at the same time, if you fell down on them and you didn't want to bounce, it could screw you over potentially. There too, I could have probably fell and had the fall distance to be able to, but I said, why chance it? Those UFOs are pretty dangerous too, as they just blow up as soon as you tap them, which would suck because that would be an auto kill. I remember getting a little lucky on this one too with the woolly mammoth, because that ice thing is a one-hit kill. And I just got lucky the way I jumped. Right there. I thought about getting the girl. I did. And then I said, okay, there's a bomb over there. These ice things are slippery. I could try to get her and die or just finish. So I chose to finish. I figured 3 hearts are good enough. Why waste it dying? And then some of these levels randomly have a bunch of snow just falling down to... But I don't think that the snow is that bad compared to not having any light like in some of those other levels where you randomly just have a torch and you're not able to see. Obviously, in this stage, I would not recommend getting rid of your key at all. Unless you have it in a perfectly good place where it's not going to go anywhere, I wouldn't put it anywhere. Especially because those UFOs just throwing those green lasers down at you randomly. Honestly, this stage I got super lucky. I ended up stuck here at the bottom and I was like, wow, I have to figure out a way to get back up somehow. So I said, okay, at least I have some rope, which is a really good reason you want to save your materials. But I mean, like, I could have just easily fallen off and died. Dropped the key and then what would I have done? There we go, losing a heart, but like I remember thinking to myself, well, how am I gonna get out of this? And I managed to get out, barely. Throwing bombs. See, but then the problem was I angered the stupid shopkeeper, so I was all worried that like he was gonna come and get me. But I got lucky, I guess, that he just didn't. So I said, whatever. If he's already pissed off, I might as well throw the bomb down there, maybe collect some of his supplies, which I did. And he ended up running away and falling off the cliff, but at least I got all his stuff. I would not, actually, let me just say this, I would not recommend angering the shopkeeper at all if you can't. If you can't help it, don't bother. the exit happened to be on the left-hand side of the stage, which a compass would have been handy to know for that. So I managed to get through that level, or through that part, by the skin of my teeth, but whatever, I'll take it. The only problem is, now that I angered the shopkeeper, they do tend to hang around the exit of the next stage you go to and wait for you with a shotgun. So that was part of the reason you really don't want to anger the shopkeepers if you don't have to. Now, I kept it there and I thought it was safe, but knowing this stupid UFO thing, which I failed at trying to shoot it, I said, let me just pick it up before it deletes the platform on where my key is, and then I lose it down in the abyss. And whatever reason, he left and I exited. I remember my heart was beating so fast. I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you, Tunnel Man. So that was me going through from the mines level, through the ice level, to the start of the temples. Obviously, you give the tunnel guy your key, and now you get the shortcut to go through the temples